percent 40. So,
Ms. Merrill,
yeah, just
would you
build-
please lead us in
just
prayer?
live after you get one live.
Get started, man.
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day. And Lord, we just thank you for all the blessings that you give us. And just help us to be more thankful. And we just ask that this meeting will be held in your honor and glory. And these things we ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen. If you would remain standing, we'll say pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, if you have a cell phone, we ask that you mute or turn them off for the duration of the meeting. We would greatly appreciate it. There. All right, go ahead and call this meeting to order. Lucy, would you go ahead and call roll, please?
Yes, sir. Myrtle? Here. Eugene?
Here.
Mayor Self?
Here.
Steve?
Here.
John?
Here.
Mayor, you have a four. Brenda is absent.
Okay. See here. All right. Ask that any comments from the attendees to wait until after we complete our business, and we'll open the floor up for questions or comments at the conclusion of the business meeting. All right, let's go ahead and go to the minutes from, let's do the February 14th.
Mayor Arthur Self called to order the regular meeting of the Town Council at 7:05 on February 14th, 2022. The clerk called the roll. Following persons were present: Mayor Arthur Self, Councilors Myrtle Van Cleef, Eugene Kiley, John King, Brenda Lowe, and Steve Brewer. The clerk read the minutes from the January 10th meeting. Eugene Kiley made the motion to accept them as read, seconded by Steve Brewer. Motion carried. The financials for January were given. Steve Brewer made the motion to accept them as given, seconded by Brenda Lowe. Motion carried. Steve Brewer said that it was time for him to meet with Commissioner Washburn to schedule our street work to be done in the spring of this year. Mayor Self reminded the council that the SEI reports will be due no later than April the 30th, 2022. John and Marcia Calvert asked the town to de-annex several parcels of land that he owns near the Blount County Industrial Park. He has the property for sale and feels that it would sell if it were not located within the town limits. Mayor Self was not able to give him an answer at that time. The mayor noted that a meeting of the Nuisance Abatement Committee needed to be planned for the following Thursday at 7 p.m. Mayor Self suggested we raise the building inspector's fees from $35 to $50 per inspection. Brenda Lowe made a motion to increase the inspector's fee to $50, seconded by Myrtle Van Cleef. The motion was unanimous. Mayor Self read Resolution 2022-001 concerning the town clerk's salary. Steve Brewer made a motion to raise this salary from $400 to $500 per month, seconded by Eugene Kiley. Motion was unanimous. Myrtle Van Cleef made a motion to adjourn, seconded by John King. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Respectfully submitted, Lucy Kiley.
Any questions or comments or corrections for the minutes from the February 14th meeting? All right, if not, do we have a motion to accept as read?
I make a motion, we accept as read.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept it, the February 14th meeting minutes as read. All in favor? All right, motion carried. Okay, now to the March 14th council meeting minutes.
Mayor Arthur Self called to order the regular meeting of the council at 7 p.m. on March 14, 2022 in the town hall. The invocation was given by Myrtle Van Cleef. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited by all. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Arthur Self, Councilors Myrtle Van Cleef, Eugene Kiley, Steve Brewer, Brenda Lowe, and John King. The minutes from the February 28th special meeting were read. Brenda Lowe made the motion to accept them as read, seconded by Eugene Kiley. Motion carried. The minutes for the February 14th regular meeting were tabled until the April meeting. The financials for February were given. Steve Brewer made the motion to accept them as given. John King seconded. Motion carried. Steve Brewer noted that he had spoken with Commissioner Nick Washburn about scheduling our road work. The commissioner said that our streets were in the mix for road work, but not sure where we are in line. Mayor Self shared that he had gotten a call about the survey to be done on our land. He noted that, and I marked one of those that's out there, excuse me. He noted that the contract to do this work was signed and submitted. This is just a step in the process to be done. The clerk shared that we lost one of the members on the nuisance abatement committee. Heath Stockton had agreed to replace that person. The clerk will try once again to schedule a meeting for them with Attorney Alex Smith. Marcia Calvert presented a petition for de-annexation to the council. She spoke about the properties and why they needed to de-annex from the town. Attorney Alex Smith explained this process to the council. Mayor Self explained that we had gotten our first installment of the American Rescue Plan monies. Also, we needed to open a checking account, especially for this fund. We needed a motion for the clerk to open a bank account for the American Rescue Plan Fund. The signers on this account are to be Lucy Kiley, clerk, Mayor Arthur E. Self, mayor, and Mayor Pro Tem, Councilman Steve Brewer. Brenda Lowe made the motion to open the account for the ARP funds, on which the aforementioned will be the signers, and Myrtle Van Cleef seconded. The vote was unanimous. April Smith spoke to the council asking for an exemption on her property to be able to put a second prefab home on it. This would provide her family members to live in one and she and her husband in the other. The clerk presented April with the proper paperwork to be filled out and processed for an exemption letter to be issued. The proper permits from the town would be issued at that time. Approximately 7:30 p.m., Steve Brewer made a motion to go to executive session, seconded by Eugene Kiley. Motion carried. We returned to our meeting at approximately 8 p.m. A motion to adjourn was made by Myrtle Van Cleef and seconded by John King. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Respectfully submitted, Lucy Kiley.
All right, any questions or comments or corrections to the minutes from the March 14th meeting? If not, do we have a motion to accept as read?
I make a motion, we accept them as read.
I second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept as read. All in favor? All right, motion carried. Now to our financial reports. All right, first up is the general fund account. The beginning balance was $42,081.53. And the ending balance is $41,572.68. Okay. Next is the 2 and 7 road account. The beginning balance was $6,377.02. Ending balance, $5,384.86. Next is the 4, 5, and 6 road account. Our beginning balance is $14,556.67. Ending balance is $14,777.21. Okay, next we have our new ARP fund, American Rescue Plan funds. Beginning balance was $0, and our ending balance is $13,450.61. Next is the Rebuild Alabama gas tax. Beginning balance is $21,512.91. Ending balance is $22,478.48. Next is Rebuild Alabama diesel tax. Beginning balance $7,018.75. Ending balance is $7,351.52. All right, and we have the Moving Blount County Forward account. Beginning balance is $32,417.58. Ending balance is $33,046.05. And the last one is our capital improvements fund. The beginning and ending balance, $16,096.77. Questions, comments, or corrections to the financial reports as read? Okay. Now we have a motion to accept them as read.
Make a motion, accept them as read.
Okay.
I'll second it.
John made a motion, seconded by Steve. All in favor? All right, motion carried. Okay, no reports of standing committees, special committees, or officers. Under old business, the cultural survey was completed by the University of Alabama. They came up, was it week before last, Lucy? And just waiting on final report, and then it'll be submitted to ADEM, or not ADEM, but the Alabama Emergency Management Agency and into FEMA. And it'll take 60 to 90 days to get a response on that. So we'll just have to wait. So another hurry up and wait episode. All right. On to new business. First off, we got some information. Lucy has gotten some information on from Avenue.
Avenue Insights and Logistics.
Okay. You want to give some details on that?
Okay, this company is, I found out that this company is used by a lot of municipalities as close as Trafford, I think, well, there's several of them around. I spoke with several clerks that use this, and a lot of them several in Jefferson County and Blunt. I don't know if you know, but we get our Moving Blunt County Forward check through Avenue Insights.
Mm-hmm.
So they collect money even for the state. They do this, they collect funds, and they give you reports on what they've done. We have a contract that they've sent me to do business license for us. They will not only, they'll send out letters to our companies and people, and they will do this like before the end of the year. Before the first of the year. They will do it near the end of each year. And then they will send out a second notice early on in the year to remind some of them. They have means of collecting more, of getting in touch with more companies than I have the means of doing. And they will collect it for the same $12 fee that we charge here. They will print the license out, they'll collect the money, they will direct deposit it into our accounts, they will send me reports on what's been done, what's been collected, and on who, and they will do this regularly, and then I'll have that information in order to do my reports to the state. And they do this for that $12 each fee. They will even print the business license and send them the certificates back to the companies, and they will put our logo on there if we choose. So this all for $12 a month.
Or
Now,
$12
if they go,
for a
if
license.
they go any further about collecting, if they have an issue where they have to do extensive collecting to a company, then they will do that on a percentage basis.
Okay. And basically, it's taking over the management of
Of the
business licenses for a $12 fee per
$12 fee,
license.
which is what we charge.
So, anyway, what does the council think of this? You want to go pursue this? Enter into contract with them, the business licenses? It's honestly, doing all the paperwork and sending out all that stuff every year is very time consuming.
That's what I'm saying, take pressure off of this, you think?
Yes.
I think it's a good thing.
I still have the reports to do with the state, and I will work with them. If I have something on my end, then I'll report it to them. If I find out something on this end, I'll let them know. But this will be well worth the monies that they will be able to put back in our account. The other towns tell me that, other municipalities say that their business license increased, their funds increased tremendous.
Okay, anyway, all right, to the council, what do y'all think?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Do we have a motion to enter in contract with
I'll make a
Avenue?
motion we do it.
Hmm?
I'll make a motion we go ahead and do it.
All right, Eugene's made a motion to enter in contract with Avenue Insight for the business license administration. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? All right, motion carried. We'll go ahead and initiate this contract with them. Okay. I've got the contracts up here. All right, next thing I have under new business is, we have had a memorandum of understanding with Jefferson County for debris removal in the past, and it's time to renew that agreement. So I need a motion to execute the memorandum of understanding with Jefferson County for debris removal. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor? All right, motion's carried.
That's on storm debris removal, right? Storm debris?
Yeah. Yeah, under using the contracted price through them. We can go ahead and get that sent back to them. All right. All right, let's see. One more thing for new business. The annual Alabama League of Municipalities convention is coming up. Next month, and I don't plan on attending, but we need to give a voting delegation or delegate authorization form to them, basically a proxy vote, and I need, this does have to be brought before the council to get authorization to delegate or to initiate a proxy vote authorization for the League of Municipalities. So basically, let's see. Says the town council is charged with designating your municipality's official voting delegate and alternatives who will be eligible to cast the municipality's vote during the business meetings at the convention. So I just need the council's authorization to designate a voting delegate, probably one of the ALM staff in this case. So basically, need a motion to initiate the voting delegate authorization form, and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
Steve made the motion, John seconded, all in favor? All right, motion carried. Okay, Lucy, I'm gonna skip D for the time being.
Okay.
All right, that's all I have for new business. Next, we're going to go into reading petitions, application complaints, appeals, or communications. And at the last meeting, we were presented with a petition for de-annexation. All right, I'll go ahead and read this. It says petition for de-annexation to the town council of County Line, Alabama. The undersigned petitioners being owners of property located and contained within corporate limits of the town of County Line, Alabama, hereby respectfully petition and request pursuant to Code of Alabama sections 11-42-20 to withdraw the property described here in below from said corporate limits so as to de-annex those certain lands from the town. We humbly ask the council to adopt an ordinance asserting to the de-annexation of said property from such municipality, and that the corporate limits of said municipality be updated to reflect the actions on the part of the town. In support of said petitions, the petitioners represent unto the town of County Line, Alabama as follows. 1. We are the owners in fee simple of the tracts of property described herein below, which are proposed for de-annexation. I won't read the legal description, but it's the northeast quarter of the southeast quarter, etc. All right, the undersigned are all the owners of the property sought to be de-annexed. The name and address and phone numbers of each petitioner is as follows. It's John David and Marcia Calvert, and I won't read the address or phone number. All right, the map of the property or territory proposed to be de-annexed, showing its relation to the corporate limits of the town of County Line, Alabama, is attached hereunto as Exhibit A. Wherefore, your petitioners respectfully request the above style of relief. Submitted petition is 14th day of March, 2022. And here's a map of the proposed land de-annexation. Okay. All right. Do we have a motion to grant the petition for de-annexation? Having no motion, decline. Okay. My next item. Do we have a report from the Nuisance Abatement Board?
No, sir, I don't have any reports from them as of yet.
Okay. Okay.
I managed to get a copy of the ordinance to Scott and to Heath, but I haven't been able to catch up with Curtis. And I don't know, have you guys met since or talked?
We haven't met, but I've got one that I've talked to already about the burning,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna give it to Lucy after the meeting.
Okay. All right. All right, we have no resolutions, ordinances, or orders or other business. Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off by saying we do have another problem in the yard out here. We've got a tile that runs underneath the road, comes onto our property, and it's washed out of place. And there's a hole probably about 2 foot deep, and it's probably about 3 foot by 3 foot round.
I saw
We
it.
need to have that marked or fixed. It's gonna have to have the tile comes under the road, and I guess the water's been enough that it's washed that out. But they just covered it with dirt. They didn't put nothing on top of it before it goes into the drain, and it's washed all the dirt away. So that needs to be fixed.
Good, out here in the.
Yes, right out there. Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to send you a picture of it, but I
Yeah.
think I sent it to your wife.
It
So
does.
she's
Okay.
got it at your, at the house.
Okay,
The next thing I have is I'm gonna officially resign from the council tonight. I'm moved, sold my home, and fixing to sign on the home tomorrow in Gunnersville. So I'm gonna resign tonight.
all right, well, we hate to see you go. Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you.
It's been a pleasure to do all this.
Yeah. Good luck in your future endeavors. And town thanks you for your service.
Catch many fish.
I will. I hope.
All right, that's all I had on my agenda. Council have anything? Anything else? We'll have to look into, see what we can do out here on that hole. Is it up close to the road or further
Yeah, it's
down?
right next to the road over there.
Okay,
It's right before the first drainage ditch.
Drainage,
Yeah.
yes, it's right before it.
Right before it. I mean, probably 5 foot before it. And I think the only way they're gonna fix it is to do another concrete. They're gonna have to concrete the sides in and put
Yeah.
another grate on top of it, like what's next to it.
or repair the pipe that's underneath.
But there's a pipe going under it,
Yeah,
and I don't know how, I can't understand how it don't have nothing covering it like that.
yeah,
I mean, when you see the pictures, get with Miss Marcia and she can show them to you, but the pipe, you can see the edge of the pipe, and then all the dirt's just fell down on top of it.
okay,
Yeah, it should have had some
Okay.
kind of a form across the top of it to keep the dirt from being washed out.
all right. Have to take a look at that and see what we can get done there. All right, anything else from the council? All right, I'll open up the floor. Anybody, questions, comments?
We have comment.
Yes, ma'am.
This means that our request for the annexation is completely denied, and that's a no, right?
We didn't get a motion to accept it, no.
So does anybody on the council actually know where the property is or have been to see where the property is that we're requesting to have the annex? Does anyone have any, look at a map to see or have any idea?
Yeah, I've looked at the map. I know where it's at.
Okay, well, let me just explain something. Three times, the town of County Line has given us permission to put in a landfill. We're not down here to ask for a landfill, but twice, the town made an agreement with us. If you let us annex your property, we'll give you permission for a landfill. And they annexed the property 2 different times and took our property into the town. And then all the resolutions were refused, or one resolution was reversed then to say, no, you can't put in a landfill after it was already been posted on the front. Okay, so this is our position. The town had a deal with us and took our property, and then they didn't hold up their end of the bargain. And that's all we're asking. Now, if we have to go to court and fight this, we're gonna ask for all 300 plus acres, plus our son's property that was de-annexed during all this process. We're gonna ask for all that to be annexed, because it was taken, I don't know, unethically. There was an agreement. Right.
That's right.
Right, because when you reversed the resolution or whatever it was from the town that said, we're gonna give host government approval, because we We gave our property for that, okay? When you rescinded that, you should have rescinded the annexation because it was done together. You go back and look at the meeting minutes and you can see that the resolution and the annexation was signed at the same time, voted on at the same minutes in succession.
That's right. Did y'all have?
Okay,
So we're only asking you to do what's right. We're not asking you to do something illegal or whatever. We're just asking you to do something right. The town took our property under false pretense.
Right.
We won't. Just the industrial park is all we were asking for because none of the other industrial park properties are in the town. And the businesses don't want to be in the town. I'm sorry, they don't want it.
That's right.
And we can't sell it because of that. And that's all that we came up here and asked for was just that. But if we have to fight you in court, we'll sue you all for the whole 300 plus acres that was taken.
But we're only trying to take out
Of course.
120,
Right. So,
and it's Plymouth County, y'all have never been on it. You don't care.
it's in the industrial. And the thing is, like I said, that is all that we're asking for. We didn't come down here to fight with you or to cause a problem. We just want that
We
one
want our
thing taken
property.
out because we need to sell it. That's it. I mean, you guys can do what's right if you want to, but so far, you're not. And I don't think anyone's even looked at it to see what the situation actually is.
See, how about if you couldn't sell your house? We could keep you from selling.
I'd still be there.
That's
You wouldn't be
right.
happy about it either.
Well, I may not,
If
but
somebody else told you you couldn't sell your house, you wouldn't be happy about that.
Somebody
What-
that
Especially
doesn't
after you
have a
entered
penny in
into
it.
the deal with them.
Wasn't this annexed before most of us was here anyway? Didn't you annex it in to have a dump?
Yes.
Okay, who was mayor at the time?
It doesn't matter. You represent the town.
Go to town.
You
And then
represent
you
the
sit up
town,
there
so
and
did
Yeah.
they.
decide, oh,
Two different councils approved this, and they represented the town when they made the agreement. They signed the agreement on behalf of the town.
that's right.
So it wasn't with any of you, it was with the town.
well, we represent the town today.
Right.
Right.
So we're still dealing with the
So
town.
power
The
is
town
your
took our
hand.
property, right. The town took our property, we want our property back. Or,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, an annexation cannot be contingent on certain criteria as a dump. Is that correct?
Don't
Is
have
that
anything to
correct?
do with it. She just wants her property back.
Well, she's saying that it was annexed in for the dump, and that was the only reason it was annexed in.
At that time.
at that time, it was.
Alex, what do you, what's the,
Well, you can't annex property conditionally,
that's what I was trying to say.
yeah, for a specific purpose like that. Each annexation, and this is just basic municipal law, each annexation stands on its own. A municipality cannot annex property legally for a specific purpose. That's a separate vote. Just like if we were the host entity to approve a dump, that vote would have to be separate from the vote to annex property where the dump was going to be located. Very similar to what town went through 2 or 3 years ago. But,
And
and
that's-
once the property's in the town, it's the council's prerogative whether to, de-annex it for any purpose.
Well, it wasn't felt like a quid pro quo, but it was understood, and the town knew that that's why we were doing it. Every one of them knew, and that's what they originally took the property, and that was understood. And it was voted on separate, but when you look at the minutes, you can see it was all done at the same date, the same time, the same meeting, for the same purpose. So whether it was legal or not, we were misled into thinking that that's the way it worked.
Well, as it stands right now, there was no motion to entertain the annexation petition.
Where's what it,
John David, wait,
okay,
Wait,
Go ahead.
there was no motion to entertain or to accept the petition. I can't act on it from that. Without a motion, nothing else can be done. It's dead.
So there'll be no motion next meeting either, right?
I mean, it came up, it was on the agenda, it was not,
Will it come up again? Will it come up again?
no, not unless we receive another petitions.
So what it amounts to,
Don't know.
what it amounts to is, all of y'all came here and got in your little place and took over my property, other people's property, and I don't, I'll tell you, I don't like it. And we will go to court, and then they put me in jail. But I don't like
Well,
a bunch of people moving in. It's a
Well, that,
takeover every one of them.
that's all we're gonna talk about tonight, because we're not gonna go anywhere further,
That's all you gonna talk about, right?
so there's nothing else to be said tonight, nothing else is gonna be
That's
done.
right, because y'all intend, y'all to go to Russia. They know
All
how
right.
to get you
You
going.
can,
All right, anything else? Anything else? No, we're done talking about that at this time.
And we
It's
ain't
not
gonna
going-
talk about it no more.
John David, that's enough. This is my meeting. If you would like to go on outside, you're interrupting my meeting.
I am, that's right.
Please leave.
I don't wanna leave.
it's okay.
I can call the sheriff and have you removed. I will do that.
I know that. I'm aware of that. And that's what I don't like. That there's nobody that's gotta be.
Let's go.
John David, please leave.
We're going.
I'm going to,
You people ought to think about what's right and wrong, though.
they don't the right.
Just think
They
that.
care.
Hey.
Y'all don't care about it.
That's right, I don't.
They don't.
All right, anybody have anything else?
Y'all's not. God bless you all.
Malcolm?
Just a second, Malcolm. Council have any other comments? Okay, Malcolm, yes, sir?
Yes, I got a request that, you talk about this hole right here, I'm about to shake it. Cobra Zeal, man, I went down there the other day after it rained, and the water was probably a foot and a half over the road. And the hole down there about that big around, and right there, my lower property, they ain't got no shoulder of the road, and the ditch is about waist deep, washing our property away. And I called Mick, he's supposed to come down and look at it, but, something needs to be done. And it seemed like the commission, Brunt County could care less about this in the county.
Somebody driving this little maroon Toyota. Y'all got some block.
I've got you blocked, you got $5.
That's you, that's you, you just.
Doesn't it? Y'all don't shut down till I talk, I'll be right back.
But anyway, the, shoulder of the road is about that much. And, these people coming up the road, they have to meet somebody, they run off the road, they're gonna be a wreck in the county, and will be responsible for it. And what's so bad about it, the county can get a grant to fix Carberry Zeal if they know how to file for a grant. They've been deed up there for probably 25 or 30 years. The school bus goes down there. I met the school bus the other day. I had to pull off in the yard down there. And them people deserve it. We got a lady down there, an older lady, we got some people sick down there. And that water gets over the road and washes that pipe out like it's going to, Nick don't get it fixed. That lady gonna lay down there and die while somebody figures out how to fly a helicopter and get it down there. I mean, we got a problem on Deansbury Road, we got one on Cobra Hill Road. And nobody, don't seem like they really care. But Nick told me one time they didn't have the funds.
But as far as the funds go, we're paying for these repairs. We are paying a portion of the repairs.
That's
We're just
what
trying
I
to get
told
it
him.
scheduled and get Nick to do it.
Well,
And we got an email into him right now wanting to know what to expect, when can we expect.
well, he's gonna have to do something down there on our end of the road, down there below my daughter's driveway. Cause right now it's cutting under the road. And,
That same culvert, or that, that culvert, the same culvert you had problems with a couple of years back.
Up at my daughter's driveway where we put that pipe in, and he's supposed to, we put a pipe on the angle, he approved it, okay? And, he's supposed to come back and cut the pipe off, or it would drop off in the ditch, but the pipe, or he never cut it off, sticks out about that far out in the ditch, and it's washing the road out, and they ain't probably that much shoulder on it. If somebody runs in there, they gonna get hurt.
Okay.
And I done told Nick, if somebody gets hurt in it, I will testify against him and Blount County both. They've been notified.
All right. I'm gonna get up there and look at that.
Huh?
I'm gonna go up and look at that.
We'll stop at the half and show you something else too. We got another problem down there, I don't know what we're gonna do about either.
I do have intentions of tracking him down this week.
Who?
I'm gonna track Nick down
I
this
got a
week.
call in, he called me today, he's supposed to meet with me tomorrow and Wednesday.
I tried to call all of them there, and nobody answered today.
Well, he called me back today,
So
and I told him if he didn't come back and meet with me, I'm gonna call 42 out there on him. And about two different problems. You know the first problem I'm talking about, me and you worked on it. But we got another problem when a man does a hole about this deep on Sue Francis' property and buried dead calves about that far from it. And the calves are deteriorating and that stuff is running out of the ground and running right down across my property, my Jennifer property. And somebody gonna pay for it. I dumped about 20 loads of leaves down there trying to cover it up because it smells. We got a grandson, some more people passed that road. That lady right down there, what's her name? Carrie. They passed by that the other day. We couldn't even get out of the house 2 days last week, it stunk so bad. And I called, different ones about it, they said, that ain't my problem, that ain't my problem. So, you know, it's just the way it is. But the road got to be fixed after this next rain. If it rains like it did like a couple of weeks ago, I hope it washes Dean Ferry Road and Carbondale Road, stop out the country. Cause Nick don't wanna fix it. I'm just telling you like I feel, buddy.
will you please let
Well,
us,
we'll,
I know you're fixing to be fixed, but I talked to the man.
Malcolm, will you please let me know if he comes, if he comes out there? I would love to come down there, or get John to come down there, because one of us need to be there and know what he says.
From St. Francis's driveway, all the way up to my daughter's driveway, and he'd come down there and scrape the little stuff out of it. But the ditch is higher than the ditch is done fill back in, but up there on my property, the ditch is way deep in two different places. And the water's down there seeping going under the pipe. And I know I got a bad attitude, y'all, about that, but see, I worked roads for 25 years, and I know what can be done to fix it.
yeah. Well, we will be in touch with Nick and let us know if you meet up with him.
Well,
And we'll see what we can do to get it
I'm
done.
gonna tell you what's happened in another part of the county. It don't concern me, cause it's my sister's car that dug the bottom out of it. Nick had never done nothing about the road. On Pine Mountain, the ruts are nearly knee deep, and he ended up there, put 2 loads of gravel on it. And what happened to the gravel, when it rained, it washed to the bottom of the hill. And my brother-in-law took his running loader bucket down there, put it back up on the hill. When it rained again, it went back down, so they put him on the driveway. And it's a county road, but they ain't got 4 houses on it. It's
Right.
been like that now for about 2 years.
Well,
I mean, that's just-
we can't do anything about that, Mel.
I know that, okay? But he's not keeping up the roads. He's not keeping up the roads as a commissioner. Cause I know he's hired 3 retirees from from Jefferson County, that knows how to run the equipment. Cause I worked with them over 20 years. And like one of them told me the other day when it's raining, oh, we just riding the roads. Riding the roads. I said, why don't y'all got a shovel at the end of these pipes that's stopped up? Dig it out. Wouldn't that make sense? It did me for 23 years, 24 years. Put a shovel in the hand, ride it down every pipe you clean out. They don't do that. They sit up there and ride the road, they sit in the office, or whatever they do up there in the rain. And to me, they need to be out when it's raining and seeing where these places are. Like Deans Ferry Road, Funky Hollow Road. You know.
Okay. Malcolm, like I said, I understand your frustration, but we can't do anything about what Nick does
I know
elsewhere. We're gonna push him, just a second, Sue, we're gonna push Nick to get these roads fixed like he said he was gonna do. That's what we can do here within the town limits. Go to the council meeting, or the commission meeting, and voice your concerns with them directly.
Well, I done called Jared Green about it. He said he talked to Nick, and I ain't heard nothing else.
Well, go to the commission meeting.
And vote him out. Vote Nick out. I didn't vote for him last time.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't ashamed of it.
Anyway, that's enough.
Thank you.
Okay.
Buddy.
Yes, Sue.
Well, I want to go on record as saying I voted for Nick twice, and Malcolm told me to. So, I want to, clear up a kind of misconception or whatever we've got here in the community. I leased my pasture, which is about 80 acres, give or take an acre or two. And it's cross fenced and this and that to Robert Turner. And it's been brought to my attention, when Mr. Turner went to Kentucky about 8 weeks ago and bought a load of dairy cows. And you boys and girls that don't know about dairy cows, they've just come out their mama. And he brought them from Kentucky, and everybody, just about, 13 of them died of pneumonia. There was nothing, he could do. And it got rain and cold anyway, and he buried them. And Malcolm, you don't mind me saying this, do you?
No.
He called the State Department in Montgomery. They came out and looked and said he did an okay job. Everything was Hallman, John Hallman said it was. And he looked at all the cows and said, I think there was 2 that had died that day, but he got buried. But Malcolm has brought it to my attention. He says that there's a couple or 3 cows buried, and the water from their grave is with all the rain is draining across his yard, and it has a scent to it. Well, I called Mr. Turner a while ago, and he sent his foreman out here to answer y'all's questions, and I think we need to, a bad dialogue is better than no dialogue. So, since basically my trailer park, y'all have shut me down there, I don't know what I've done to you guys, but now you're after the guy renting my pasture. So, anyway, I think we need to talk. He's going to answer some questions. They've had fences cut, gates left open, all kind of stuff. He's there, he's done it. 10 got out the other day because on the back, someone just undid the gate and pulled it open and left it open. And if you lock the gate, they will cut your fence. And you farmers know if you cut a fence, you got to run a big old strand of barbed wire. You don't just patch it just right there. But anyway, he is working on it. And he wanted to know what wanted him to do. He said he had complied with everything. So I wish the people that's got problems could talk with Cowboy Mike, and Mike can tell you how the cow, they get out, people let them out. And, you know, and cows get out. The only way not to have cows get out is don't have cows. But I understand his concerns. I certainly don't want that to affect he's got a little grandbaby. Don't want that effect. But, he says the calves have stomped on top of the graves and it's held water. I hadn't got to go down there and look, but I know Robert has a backhoe and he's buried them 6 feet deep. He buried them deep. So I don't know what would cause that, but he wants to know what he needs to do. We understand that the town is getting a nuisance order against me and him about the cows. Is what my understanding is. So I would like to know that, what we could do to fix the problem, if there is one. But with livestock, you're going to have them die. You're going to have them run through a fence, and other things, aren't you, Alex?
Miss Sue, I'm on the nuisance board, and I have not received anything about that.
No, I don't have it either.
So,
Something I
Didn't
don't
come
know.
up at our meeting either.
nothing has, this is the first I've heard about it.
Well, at first I heard about it today too, and I just, I thought, my goodness, what happened to come and let's talk to him about it. But anyway,
Yeah, no.
it's Mr. Turner's cows, and people were mad at me about his cows and all this. And he could not come because he's in Dothan, and he was on his way to Dothan, and no way could he make it back. But he sent Mike to answer anybody's questions, and if Mike wouldn't mind telling y'all what he's up against.
You're not the only one that's got livestock, and that's some goats and horses and everything else on the way. And they get out all the time too.
Well,
Yeah,
we
we
want
have
to,
goats
we
and
want to
sheep
contain them, and we want to be good
on
neighbors.
the town hall property before. Just recently, I saw that I walk out and they're just grazing around out here.
Yeah, I mean, the animals get out, and there's no doubt about that. We had a couple of cows out here last month.
Yeah,
Well,
those
Mike got
grants
them up, and what happened, Robert bought them at the sale. Well, he put them up, and after a cow goes to a sale, they go nuts, because it's all the confusion. They come from a farm, then they go to another farm where they don't know where they are. Well, he let them out to graze, and they promptly jumped the fence. I mean, they could be in a hunter-jumper class. And so he looked for them for 2 weeks. He paid Mike several $100 for his horse and people to go and hunt them and put them up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he wants to try to be a good neighbor.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of speaking for Robert. I want him to come speak for himself. But, and you know, I do too. But I just kind of a little wondering here, why me, Lord? I might not be saying the right word on nuisance. It might, is it abatement? I don't know what
That's the
word.
same
It's
thing.
Some word.
It's a
Nuisance
nuisance.
abatement.
But it's some, but you and, let's see, Malcolm
And
are supposed to be the enforcers that go around and
No.
we
give.
No.
just look at it and give a recommendation to the council. But we have not received anything about any of that.
There's a form on the website. We don't go out looking for anything. There's a form on our website that an individual can download, fill out, and submit.
Yeah.
We've had them submitted for the burning on Smith Mill and the abandoned house out here.
And where?
The abandoned house, the
The Hallmark.
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 Hallmark house.
That's
How many-
rolled up.
How many businesses licensed do you all, are functioning in Illinois
Right now, I'm at 19. And others will be 20.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody submitted a form that I'm aware of.
No, I've got 2 in my possession at
No,
this
but
time.
what we wanna do is problem that
and
people
they're
are
the
fussing
two.
about. We wanna know exactly what it is, cause we want it fixed, we wanna fix
Well,
it.
Well, tell them
that's
to
part of
come.
what the abatement board is for, is to look at these complaints that we receive. Are they justified? What can be done? What needs to be done? Contacting the property owner is going to be one of the processes to address whatever has been reported, if it's found to be a nuisance. And property owner will have an opportunity to correct whatever that is.
With livestock, when I had horses too, only way you're not gonna let them get out is don't have them. And they'll hunt away to out, and you'll have road cows that will jump your fence.
Here's the thing, if somebody reports a nuisance of animals getting loose, that's not something I'm gonna bring to the council, because it's gonna happen. There's nothing,
Well, he's after
there's
them to
nothing
go,
to be
and
done.
he's hired Mike, that's all Mike's
Right.
gonna do,
And
is get them up,
so that has solved that problem.
yeah.
So I think somebody's just trying to get you upset.
Well, what about, Malcolm's problem?
Okay, can I address that
That
problem?
hasn't been brought to our
We need to know
attention
what to do
until
to resolve
today.
it. Well, Robert said he didn't bury any cows there, so I mean, I don't know, I'm hearsay.
I'd like to address
Okay.
that problem point blank, okay? Robert let 2 cows, Pepper, lay down there a week dead. My brother called him twice, got records of it. And I found another one, it was another 3 or 4 days dead. Then one died, got out, died on our property, had to call him come get it up. And he dug a hole down there, and I'll show you, you come by my house right now, we'll take a flashlight down there, but you wait for daylight and you see what I'm talking about. But the problem is, he changed the flow of water. He went from a natural flow, digging a hole, and it runs out on the end. Well, one time you got a thing like that, so you got a mountain right here, and water's flowing. He dug a hole here and left the bottom open, where all the cows get in that hole and used the bathroom both ways, and all that mess had come across my yard, my property. And I'm not pressing that Sue, because me and Sue
Well, we
been
got a
facing-
problem, and we need to.
knock it in the head.
Okay.
Right now then, to fix the problem, he needs to fill that hole back up and let the natural water flow go back to what's supposed to be.
That would,
Okay.
that would make you happy, and that would be okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Okay.
What you need to do, Mac, is set you up a meeting for this guy here and the owner,
yep,
and just get out there and
Well,
tell them what you're talking about.
we have talked to Robert, my brother talked to Robert 15 to 20 times, and, nothing gets done. And Sue, she's sitting up there, and people calling her, they call me, hey, Sue's got cows out, Sue's got cows out. I mean, Sue knows, and am I right, Sue?
Excuse me.
But Sue can't help it.
Right.
We've had hogs, okay? We had over 100 hogs on that hill over by me at one time. Every time we didn't get out, you know what they do? They call us. We had one guy to shoot one of them one time.
well,
The problem would, I'll get with him, if it ain't resolved, we're gonna go further.
okay,
And when I done talked to Sue, I don't want Sue mad at me, I don't want that guy shooting at me or nobody else. But
Well,
the water
all
has to be done away with.
okay. Sounds like
From,
you need to get together and resolve that. Sue, if we ever get a nuisance complaint, the board will be in contact with you, with the property owners to address, just like the Hallmark, we're going to, I don't know who, we're going to have to contact there, the trust that's taking care of that land.
I would like the council to consider also that over 200 years that's been farmland. I'm the 6th generation, my little girls are, to live on that property. And it's been a pasture. And
Huh?
it's raised cattle. So, that was my dad's cow pasture. It's a very, very good one.
Well,
But we want to be good neighbors, and we don't want, notices and fines and all this stuff, and, I don't want anything in his yard, and I don't think Robert Turner does either.
but,
And, so, we just need to know what we need to do, what Robert needs to do, and it gets done. And
Okay.
Mike right here is the man who's gonna be doing it.
well, I think you're on the right foot now. I mean, because we, like I said, we haven't got any complaints, and we don't have any, I don't have any complaints with the property. Malcolm does, so he's got someone to talk to about getting that resolved. Okay.
Y'all help us with the road if you can.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all please help us with Dean's Ferry and Cobb Brazil. That's bad.
There,
And y'all say that none of your business about Cobb Brazil. Let me tell you something. I helped cut that road in many years ago. Her daddy was living. We cut it in with a mule pull rotor grader.
Well, I didn't know y'all did.
yeah,
Oh, it's not, I didn't.
Uh,
I
I never
appreciate
heard
the
anybody
help.
say
Yeah.
it wasn't anybody.
we're gonna be in touch with, Commissioner Washburn.
It's number one priority. That road, excuse me, Mayor, that road has needed work from way back,
It makes
before
Jesus
these
become
guys
a
ever
baby.
thought about being on here.
Sue, did your mother give a right away for that road to be fixed?
Yeah, this 20-foot right of way the county has, is they've never, she deeded it to them, they've never come and, done with it. They could widen it 20 feet all the way down on our property.
I have seen that paperwork at some point. I
And
don't-
it's been dead since 25 years. so.
Yeah, it's
Take
it's
a water
old.
line down the center of that road, that's why the county don't wanna touch
Yeah.
it. But that can be fixed,
All right. Anything else?
thank you.
Certainly. Anything else, Sue?
This
Okay.
is the way to do it, I think. If anybody's got gripes, they need to be here on the monthly basis. If they got a gripe, let's hear it. Instead of hearing it from somebody else.
Yeah,
Me and Sue had talked about this, what, two times, three
That's,
times?
that's the way to work it out. You know,
yeah, we gotta be neighbors
right.
and not adversaries.
Well, buddy, we all should be neighbors in this community, or maybe a time in the future, we might have to call on one another to defend our country.
Yep.
Amen.
Okay.
Well, I have got 3 springs for teaching well, so if we get out of water, y'all can come over and y'all can have free water.
All right. Okay.
You're good for water.
Anything else? Anybody? Council?
Nothing.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
I've heard.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor? All right, motion carried. And again, this meeting is adjourned, but Steve, thanks for everything you've done for us, and good
Yeah.
luck.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad, y'all let me be the councilman for all this time.